Hi everybody, happy Saturday. I believe it is Saturday, April 10th, and I'm about to make some dinner. I have some more wine left over. It's actually pretty good. It's called H3 Cabernet, and I'm gonna pour a little. I need to get a plastic wine glass, but for now, this is great. Cheers. So, today I find myself at the Lincoln National Forest, really close to a really cute little town called Cloudcroft. Really cute little town. You check out my other videos that I'll post about the neighborhood. But today I'm gonna make I have some flank steak. I'm gonna mix it with some red bell peppers, add some tortillas, and then top it with some salsa mexicana and my avocado. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that avocado. Isn't it nice and quiet? So quiet. Got my avocado, and I just decided I'm gonna add some onion too. So, so good. So, like I said, I find myself here in the National Forest. It's very beautiful, very quiet. This morning, we stumbled across some deer and an elk. There were seriously probably about 10 deer running around freely, enjoying themselves. And I do have some pictures and videos of that. So today, I'm going to be very sanitary. I'm going to put on my gloves when I cook, because I saw myself touching my face and touching my hair in some of the other videos, and I was like, ugh, don't do that, Michelle. So, we're going to pretend like I'm at home and be totally sanitary. So, like I said, I'm going to cut up some onion, and I'm going to cut up some red bell pepper, saute those, and add my flank steak, and that's going to make some really good carne asada tacos, or fajitas, whatever you want to call it. But I'm trying to think what's new. Not a whole lot new. There's several trails here to go hiking on, so I think tomorrow when I'm gonna wake up early and try to go see if I can catch some deer in action, and then I'm gonna see about going on some hikes. I only have Vans tennis shoes right now, but I think I might try to go into town and purchase a good pair of hokas or something good for hiking, because I didn't bring any of my hiking equipment with me this trip, but believe me, next time I travel, I absolutely will be bringing all of my hiking gear. I was a little unprepared for this trip in regards to, going off somebody's lead and them telling me how to pack. So I'm gonna add those onions to my pan. I have not started it yet because I found myself wasting butane and don't want to do that. So before I turn the stove on, I'm going to go ahead and prep my onion and my bell pepper. Yum. Not a lot of seeds lately in the few bell peppers that I've been getting, but one of the things that I learned from my daughter, actually, from my 18-year-old, and I have not confirmed it, I do need to confirm it, but she told me when you're picking bell peppers out that the bumps on the bottom, if there's 4 bumps, that means it's good for cooking. But if there's 3, then that's good for leaving it raw. So knowing I'm gonna cook my red onion, I always look for 4 Or red onion, I meant red bell pepper. If you notice, I twist my words a lot. It's usually because my brain is overactive and it's thinking about what to do next. But I'll work on that. So everything's been going very smooth and very beautiful out here. It's so peaceful. Last night I woke up about 3 in the morning, so I guess it would be more like this morning. This morning I woke up around 3 o'clock the first time, and it was 37 degrees here. Yes, 37 degrees. So when you saw me all bundled up on the beach in Mustang Island, I sure look like a baby. Because 37 is cold. I think it got to like 63 in Mustang Island, and that's nothing compared to the low temps here. As a matter of fact, when you drive around the local streets, you can still see a little bit of ice on the side of the road, or snow on the side of the road. So, Ryan, thanks again for lending me your pan. Not your, see, there I go twisting my words again. Your butane stove. So they're so inexpensive. I need to get my own. I just didn't realize that they were that economic before I left for my trip. So we'll let those saute up. I think today I'm gonna add some fresh garlic too. So I happen to move all of my spices over to this tub for now, because my cooking tub, I'm actually using it as a rest right now. You know what? I'm not gonna cut the garlic today. Yes, I'm being lazy. Absolutely, I'm being lazy. So instead, I'm just gonna pull out my good old dried seasoning. And right now, I am absolutely gonna start with my garlic salt. Yeah. And I will add some minced garlic. And some pepper. It's gonna be so yummy. Okay. So, while those saute up, I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping my meat. We're getting some gushes of wind, so I'm gonna have to be careful with my fire tonight. I'm learning fire safety as well as learning how to build it. So, I actually got a really small chunk of carne asada flank steak that was already seasoned. So I'll just leave that in the bag until my onions are looking a little bit better. And, you know, a little shout out to my friend Chelsea. Chelsea, unfortunately, her garage caught on fire the night before she was going on vacation. So could you imagine being in bed, asleep, or at least about to go to sleep, and all of a sudden you smell smoke. And it's not a normal kind of smoke. It was a thick, heavy smoke. So her and her man, Lucas, went to go investigate, and they went to the garage, and when they opened the door, there was huge flames. So instantly, like anybody would do, they freaked out, grabbed their children, grabbed their pets, went outside, called 911, and she was so grateful that the Carlsbad fire department came and put the fire out, because she said she thought she was going to lose the whole house. I couldn't imagine being in a fire like that. And as well, that's why I'm learning fire safety. So I hate to admit it, but last night I did my, I think it was my second fire since I've been on this trip. Actually, I think it was my third. But anyway, I lit the fire. It wasn't windy at all. I stayed out there all night until the flames went down. And then when it was just all hot coals, I thought it was good enough to leave and go to bed. So I left and went to bed. However, when my caravan buddy Anthony woke up to go to the bathroom, he said he saw the fire, that one of the logs caught fires that was already burnt. So rightfully so, he lectured me, and now I know that I have to put dirt on top. I mean, at the beach I knew to put sand on top because it was extremely windy, but oh, I don't think Smokey the Bear would have been very happy just with that. So now at least I know. I already started up a pile of dirt so that I can put the fire out tonight, because I love my fires. I'm kind of almost addicted to fire. Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh? I'm not a pyromaniac. But anyway, so I just put my flank steak on top of my sauteed onions. Can you see that? Looks good. It's gonna smell delicious too. And since it's already seasoned, there's not a whole lot that I need to do. So, in the meantime, I will start slicing my avocado. Yum. I love avocado. So, just like that. There's some bad parts, but I'll just cut those out. No big deal. But that's a very good, healthy fat. I got a little lightheaded today because I didn't eat very much. That's the truth. So I need to make sure that I'm eating more, drinking enough water, because headaches are not fun. So I'm really excited about that. So I plan on staying here a couple more evenings, maybe tonight and tomorrow night. And like I said, tomorrow I plan on going on a hike. There's so many different hikes here. It's amazing. From different difficulty levels, which is nice, so it can cover everybody. And then this morning we just came back from, I think, filling our water jugs, and this young gentleman came up, and he's carrying a pistol, had a knife on his chest, full army backpack, and he asked if he would mind if he shot. He had a little 3-year-old named Clyde and his wife, and I thought you weren't allowed to have guns in national parks. So according to him, you're allowed to shoot as long as you're 300 feet away from houses, but at least he was courteous enough to ask us and the neighbors over there if they would mind if he shot. So my caravan buddy Anthony had a nice little talk with him because he's military. And in fact, I'm going to do a little interview of Anthony one day before we part ways, so you can see who I've been hanging out the majority of my time. But anyway, that kid who came up and asked us if he could shoot also camped right here in the same exact camp spot about 8 months ago. So he said when he came here the other day, he drove into this area and saw us here, he was a little bummed. But what's nice is when you drive up the embankment, you're up there and you can't see anything. You think, yeah, it's open, but you drive down a little bit, and we're down here in this really nice shaded area and it's sunny because there's a bunch of trees. You can see behind me, much different than than the beach or even the deserty lake that I was at before here. So, anyway, one thing he said when he was here camping, that a bear, when he was sleeping, came down this embankment over here. And it was a black bear. He was sleeping in a tent. He felt something nudge his tent, but he had his cooler out. So the bear was going through his cooler, and actually he said he fired his pistol at the tree to make it go away. Not necessarily at the bear, but close by. And that was exactly what my cousin Larry, as a matter of fact, before I left his house, he was showing me this shotgun. I think it's a shotgun. I'm not well versed in guns at all, so I really don't know what kind it was, what it does, but I do know it folded in half, so it was really cool. So it folded in half. I guess it's like a double safety, and he'd keep it in his backpack, and he said it would be great because, if a bear did come, who wants to be bear dinner? I think nobody, right? That's the last thing anybody wants to be, is bear dinner. So, I think I'm going to get a gun when I get back to California. That's right. You heard it out of my mouth. Don't get mad that all you non-gun people, but I would rather be safe and protect myself than be eaten by a bear. Yes, I'm in their territory. I get it, but like I said, I choose not to be bear meat. So, my carne asada is looking beautiful. Let me show you. Doesn't it look good? Yeah, so delicious. I just have my onions and my bell peppers look beautiful. Those look good. I'm just making sure my meat is cooked all the way through. And then I will slice that into little steak-sized pieces. Warm up my tortillas. Boom, dinner. And because I am here where there's bears and mountain lions, and I actually heard there's wild horses and there's wild donkeys that run all around here, I need to make sure that I'm done cooking and all my things are cleaned up and put away before it gets dark. And my trash. So I have to make sure my trash is put away or burn the stuff that I can burn. That way animals don't come into our camp. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half right now just so I can... It's still red in the inside. But that's how I wanted to make sure that it was cooked all the way through. So what I'm going to do, so I don't burn my onions and my bell peppers, I'm going to go ahead and pull those out like I always do in my trusty aluminum foil. But actually, I think what I'm going to do first is heat some tortillas up. Those will be delicious. So I think I'm pretty hungry, so I'm going to go for 3 tortillas. I'm going to actually wrap them in the foil, and then I will put them directly on top, and that'll actually help my food cook. And then I'll get another one for my onions. Some onions and my bell peppers. Looks so good. Like one of my friends says, because we always share pictures of our food. Like, oh look, I'm eating lunch. Because we're definitely foodies. And we kind of crack up because she's like, girl, you're eating better out on the road than you do at home. Which is actually very true. And she's like, your daughter's probably pissed when she sees your meals. So And I told her, well, anytime I make seafood, my kid won't eat it, so she don't care. But if it's red meat, you better believe she cares. Both my girls are steak and potato eaters. They love a good steak. All right. So those are cooked. Like I said, I'm going to throw that on there to heat up. And the glory is I can put this right back in the pan too on the side of my meat just to keep it warm. See? Keep everything warm while that continues to cook. And I'll put my tortillas away. I'll put the other half of that avocado away for tomorrow. Hopefully that'll still be good. And actually what I like to do is I will take the avocado out. And I sliced it in the skin, so when it comes out, it's already all sliced. But then I like to take the other skin and put it on top of my unused portion, and it seems to help keep it a little fresher. And I've also heard about people will squeeze lime on it. Lime is supposed to keep it from browning. So let me grab a gonna grab a paper towel, but my tripod's resting on it over there, so I can't. So I'll just get a disinfectant wipe. Works just as good, because I just have some avocado on there. And actually I'm gonna put it in here for now. That way it'll stay covered. I'll just put it on the side. That way I can wash my dishes while my food's cooking. And typically I'm just take an antibacterial wipe as well, wipe it down, and then I'll rinse it off with water. Right out of my water jug right here that I just purchased. Rinse that off. It's good to go. I'll dry that off with some paper towels in a minute. And then I have my bamboo one that I will use for meat. So I think this is looking pretty done pretty soon. So I'm going to be eating in a couple minutes. Of course, I didn't get my paper plate out. But if you hold on, I can certainly get it out right here. Look at that. Hi. What did you guys do today? I know one of my friends went to the beach in Seal Beach, and I think that was her first time there, and she had a lovely meal at a seafood place. So I'm just getting my plate ready. Be delicious. I'll grab those paper towels real quick because I can. Great. Dry that off. Put it away. And then, you know, this time I might as well even show you how I clean my cast iron pan. All right. So, I know this meat's done. So I'm going to pull the meat out, and I'm actually going to slice it into, like taco slices. So, and then because some of it is a little red, I will, after I slice it, I'm going to put it back in the pan and just make sure everything is cooked everywhere. Especially because this meat's been sitting in my cooler for a couple days. I just don't want to get sick at all. It's not worth it to me. So there's slice, and I'll make sure every section gets nice and cooked. And then I can actually clean my knife. So I will, it's always good to make sure your knives stay dry or else they will rust and spot. So I wipe it clean, rinse it in water, and dry it off so that it doesn't get those water stains. And put it back in the case. There we go. Excellent. And same with since I've already cut the meat up, I can clean this up and put that away as well. And again, I prefer to just use a wipe and rinse it with water, because then I know it's clean. And you know, even after I wiped it, like there's always leftover residue on it, so that's why it's good to always clean your stuff with soap and water or wipes. I just find the wipes easier to use, just because instead of having to get a full thing of water, just seems to work best for me. And then, like I said, I'll dry that off, put it away, and I'm done. It's that easy. It's great. And then I got my little kitchen, which I actually cleaned out today. It's just a tub that I keep all my cooking stuff in. So, let's check out my tortillas, see if those are warm. They're getting there. I'll just kind of swap them over. That way they stay warm. Got my onions. Flip my meat. And then what I'll actually do is I'm going to put the meat in with my onions so that they're all mixed. So. Warm up my tortillas. Voila. So good. Here's a little meat left on my tongs. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. So, let me get a fork out. Because I'm going to make some tacos. That marinated meat was really good. And as the sun goes down, it gets colder and colder. So as soon as I'm done eating, I'm gonna start my fire. I will take you on a little tour. Okay, let's go on a little tour of the campground. That's my caravan buddy's car. And over here is the campfire that I have all ready for tomorrow. Sorry, I'm not very good at angles. There's my car. That's my caravan buddy's teardrop. But he hasn't been feeling too good. Poor guy has diabetes and was diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer. And today, his body was just fighting him. So he's went to bed early so he can rest up and recover. But hopefully I'll have a little bit of leftover food. I know I'll have some leftover food, so I will make him up a plate, make sure he eats so that he's healthy. And that's kind of the glory of caravanning as well. Initially, you're a little guarded because you don't know the person, as they might be guarded against me. But being a female traveler, you just dot your I's and cross your T's. Make sure that you know who you're traveling with says who they are. And as a matter of fact, earlier today we met another couple who they met on the road and they're caravanning together. So we swapped numbers. The girl has a YouTube page, so I'm gonna check her YouTube page out. And that's just what life on the road is. It's not as lonely as someone may think. And I hear my roommate in there talking right now, so we call him my roommate. It's kind of funny, but it works. So I'm glad actually that he'll be able to wake up and have some dinner. Last night he cooked me dinner, so because I was busy doing the fire and we just got to this campsite. So that's another advantage of caravanning. So I think my tortillas are about done. So what I'm gonna do, yep, my tortillas started sticking to the foil. Bummer. But let me show you these tacos. I'm gonna make some tacos before I sign off for the evening. That way you can see these babies. And I'm pretty much guaranteed that you would want to eat it too. So I just emptied it all out of my foil into my pan one more time, just to give it a good mix. Yeah. Now you tell me you wouldn't want to eat that with some tortillas, right? So I'm gonna take like maybe 2 slices of meat per taco. Actually, I think I'm gonna go 2.5 because I got quite a bit of meat. And I'm gonna add some peppers. I'm gonna add some peppers and some onions to that. I will add my It's my roommate. He's on the phone. I can hear him talking to somebody.
Mom, I don't remember. You asked me that before.
And then
I don't remember.
And then I'm gonna add my salsa mexicana.
I do not remember. I'm sorry that I can't remember. I don't care. It's not why.
Couple avocados on each one. And then look at that. You tell me that is not gonna be yummy. All right, signing off. Until next time, have a great evening. Bye.